Hi,
we usually have a little introduction with our BS in Fresno, and we're going to play that right for you right now.
There we go.
Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see, and bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right, noticing the days hurrying by when you're in love. Oh my, how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on.
Hi, I'm Salo.
And I'm Barb. And wasn't that a great intro?
It was. I love that, and I love the way you sing. We're BS in Fresno.
Yes.
Barb and Salo.
Blue skies smiling at me.
Life is about having fun.
Yes, it is.
Right. I love it. And today what we're going to be talking about, I'm a chiropractor here in Fresno, and Barb is...
I'm a massage therapist and Reiki master.
I just thought I'd identify. I figure everybody knows who we are by now, but I guess if you're going to watch this again in the future, you should know who we are.
That's right.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about 2012, since we are in January of 2012, and later on in the program we're going to be talking about Max the Crystal Skull, which will be coming to Fresno, Madera area on February 4th, 2012.
Exciting stuff coming up to Fresno.
It's great. But this is the year that everybody's been waiting for. We've been waiting for 2012, and everybody's saying, hey, what is all about 2012? Are we going to fall into the ocean? Are we going to have major earthquakes? Are we all going to go into World War III? Or what I like to think is, it's not doomsday, but bloomsday. We are spiritually waking up. And if you think about this month, we have had a major time shift. And what I mean by that is, hasn't it felt like, last year was really fast, and even though it is happening fast now, there's these moments that as if time is standing still. And the Mayans also talked about the Mayan calendar, talking about the end of times, and what they were talking about was that we are going to be multidimensional beings of light. We're spiritually waking up to the true potential of who we are, following our dreams, leaving those old jobs behind, those old relationships, and just finding out what makes us happy. And that's what this year is about. Also, numerology-wise, if you add up 2012, the 2, the 0, the 1, and the 2, and bring it down to a single digit, it is a 5. And what that means is freedom, fun, and adventure. A lot of us will be traveling short distances and also maybe long distances. We also may be getting those new jobs, going back to school, finding those new spiritual friends, going to workshops, having a lot more social activity. But also the number 5 also means change, 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 change. So as Peter was saying about being conservative, it's about just kind of getting out of that box and kind of doing what you really wish that you would do all those years that you always wished about it.
Love and embrace that change.
I just love
Give
it.
it a great big hug.
It's great. So that kind of weird energy that you're feeling this month is the fact that the new earth is here, as Eckhart Tolle wrote in his book. What is actually happening is there's more of a vibration increasing right now. I think that was my box, so I did not do anything else.
You haven't had dinner yet, so it's nothing else.
Yeah, so it was not me. It's about raising our vibration, and we're going into this new higher vibration of the new earth, and then it is splitting off into the old earth. So this month we are being challenged with a lot of drama, trauma, and chaos. Which path are you going to choose? Are you going to have the agents of distraction in your life keeping you from your life purpose, going with the drama, trauma, and chaos? Are you going to engage with that? Or are you going to raise your vibration and start to go with a group of people and your spiritual group and where you really want to be for 2012 and beyond? So the earth is actually splitting, and when you think about it, this sign, the figure 8 or the infinity sign, is almost like the sacred geometry of what we call the Vescus Piscis. And so it's when two worlds meet. In the center is the center of nothingness. It's kind of like a void, and that's where we're at the first few months of this year. We won't know the direct direction of where we're heading until around astrologically a little bit in spring, and then later on when we begin to have, we're going to have Jupiter start to go into Cancer in in June, and then we're going to have some other astrological alignments happening where we're going to have Neptune in Pisces occurring. This hasn't happened in hundreds and thousands of years, and we just got through a 12-year period of Pisces and Aquarius. What does that mean? Well, the Neptune in Aquarius means that we saw a lot of change in technology and on the internet. And Aquarius is very much the inventor and has a lot to do with electronics. Neptune is almost like the dreamy planet. And we've had that for the last 12 years. Now we're going to have that Neptune go into Pisces, which is its natural sign. It's about having our dreams come true over the next 14 years. If you ever wanted to write that book, or you wanted to go and explore and be a public speaker, or like we're having our TV show, it's a dream come true, it's about you will be supported in the universe. But part of that is going to be up and down through this year, and as June comes and we have that changeover from Jupiter into Cancer, and then we're also going to have that Neptune into Pisces, we're going to start to see the ball move forward, and then especially in the fall, we're going to be set and have a better idea of where we're going. Right now it seems like a little bit of a limbo, but we will get there, and it's great. And the more that you raise your vibration through meditation, yoga, taking a walk, being in nature, petting your dog, taking classes to inspire or raise your intuition, coming in for sound therapy, and that's what we do, is we help people get in touch with their guides and angels through the sound therapy, and also spiritually wake up their DNA, then you can kind of get there, and it'd be kind of great and everything. So we've been noticing these changes in our patients, and it's a great time to be born, and so it's not about being fearful, thinking that we're going to fall into the ocean or have these major changes. Yes, we will see some earth changes happen, but they will be in the areas where people's consciousness, actually, if they have a lot of fear, then through the law of attraction, a lot of that gets attracted for the spiritual lesson. My guides have always said, and my angels have said, is that we don't have to learn our spiritual lessons through drama, trauma, and chaos. We can actually learn our lessons through grace and ease and harmony and balance. And all you have to do is believe in yourself and just get rid of everything that you were taught from your parents, the school system, and everything else. Just pivot and be who you are. And from that, you'll be really surprised all the things. As there's a saying, just be yourself because everybody else is taken in the universe. So, and I just wanted to give it over a little bit to Barb because she's going to have a workshop coming up, and this is also how you can raise your vibration through Reiki and get there for 2012.
I always tell my students that if you want to make changes, take a Reiki class, because I always tell my Reiki 1 students, it's like if you come in, after you take the Reiki class, be prepared for the 40 days, 40 nights. Some Reiki masters call it 21 days of change. But usually after a Reiki class, things will start shifting and changing. Things that are working in your life are going to continue to work well in your life. Things that need to let go and things that need to change are going to change and evolve. Relationships may change, jobs may change, places where you live may change, and it can be done either one of two ways. It can be either pulled out of your cold dead hands, or you can just let go. So Reiki is a great way of changing your life. If you're ready and open and willing to embrace the change, then take a Reiki class. I have one coming up Saturday, February 18th from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's on my website, www.barbhcmt.com. Also, I have a Reiki 2 class, because some people have already taken Reiki 1. I have a Reiki 2 class that will be on Saturday, March 24th from 9:30 till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, on my website at www.barbhcmt.com. And look under the Massage and Reiki page, and it'll give you some information about the classes. And also the events page will also give you a little bit more information about the classes.
And be ready for that spiritual change, because there's, shift happens when you take Reiki.
That's right.
It does.
It will rock and roll. The people who have taken, when I took Reiki, I guess my Reiki master told me, oh, it's going to change your life. It's like, yeah, whatever. And then when I started teaching Reiki, then I started looking back at my life. It's like, wow, after I took Reiki, my life really changed a great deal. Everything that I had known was no longer there. It had turned upside down, and it was beautiful. It was all the changes that came to me were absolutely necessary and absolutely needed, and it made my life even more beautiful and fulfilling.
And I call that divine timing. When you're ready, it happens. It's like peeling away a layer of the onion.
Yes.
And from that, we can be our true divine light within ourselves and experience this wonderful interaction of engaging here on planet Earth with the possibilities of our dreams. And that's what it's about. And even when people come in for sound therapy, too, by raising their vibration and helping their psychic centers get online by activating that pineal gland, which is that little gland in the center of our head, that little sound wave will get you going. You will see your life change. I can almost guarantee it. It's amazing the amount of shifts that happened with my patients, and it's lots of fun. I always tell Barb I'm always in trouble in some way because when people come in, watch out.
That's right. Stand in line, folks.
That's great. And so the next thing that we're going to also be happening here is that I will be having a sound healing workshop. I think it's Saturday.
Yes, it's Saturday.
This Saturday, the 21st of January.
Still in January.
And I have about 6 people already signed up. And so I teach sound therapy, and I don't do it very often. I learned from 2 acupuncturists in Sedona, Arizona. I also studied with world-renowned sound healer Jonathan Goldman. He's written several books. I'm also a member of the Healing Music Organization in Santa Cruz, and I do a lot of research in sound and alpha waves. And so this is an opportunity where I will show you the beginning points of how you can work on your family, your friends, yourself, also help with back pain, sinuses, and also how to raise your vibration. We'll be talking a little bit about the history of sound, vibration, and the whole healing process. And it'll be from 9:30 to 1 o'clock or so on this Saturday coming up, the 21st of January. And if you'd like, just give me an email at Salo, that's S as in Sarah, ALO, the number 2, at Comcast.net. I know one of my close friends, when she watched our first show, said, you guys sound like an infomercial. Yes, we do.
Call now. Operators are standing by.
Yes, we do.
We have 3 more at this price.
My guides and angels wanted us to get the information out, even though it does sound like an infomercial. But, we just wanted to make sure that, we offer these services and want people to know what we're about, and we're right here in the Tower District.
Yes, and these things are offered here in Fresno.
How cool.
Yes.
And with that, what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about Max the Crystal Skull coming right back after this commercial.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
And we're back.
Yellow.
Yes. And we got our friend Max the Crystal Skull here in the back. And
hi, Max.
Isn't it great?
There.
I know, it's kind of scary, huh? And that's Max the Crystal Skull.
Isn't he beautiful?
Right there. Kind of cool. Right. He weighs about 19 pounds. He is a very famous skull that is owned by Joanne Parks in Houston, Texas. And I met Joanne about... I don't think it was about 9 years ago or so, in Sedona, Arizona. One of my friends had an extra ticket to go see Max the Crystal Skull to do a private sitting. I had no idea what that was about, and it kind of sounded a little scary to me, and I just said, oh, well, it was free, so I might as well go. And so
I know, I remember when you told me, it's like, I'm going to sit with the crystal skull. It's like, right.
Yeah. So
okay, well, you go, honey.
I didn't even know anything about the legend or anything. So I went to sit with Max the Crystal Skull, and it was kind of an experience because I actually felt some vibration in my body and actually got some, as crazy it sounds, some telepathic information from Max. But just to go back of how Max came about, at least from Joanne's point of view, is the fact that Max was actually discovered in a Guatemalan tomb in 1924 by a tribe. And from that, Norbu Chen, who is a Tibetan monk, he was a Tibetan monk, that tribe actually gave Norbu this crystal skull. And from that, he brought it to the United States, to Texas, and actually had a healing clinic there in Texas. Well, Joanne Parks at the time had a young teenage daughter who was very ill with cancer, and the doctor said she only had a few months to live, and so she heard about the monks in the crystal skull, and she decided to take her daughter there to the clinic. And what she found by taking her daughter to the clinic, it really extended her daughter's life by another 3 years. She was really amazed by this and kind of moved that she ended up working for the monks there at the clinic for about another 7 years. And from that, she gained a lot of experience and knowledge of watching how the monks did their prayer and their healing work. And then one day when Norbu Chin was on his deathbed, he actually gave Joanne Parks this crystal skull. And he said, someday you'll know what to do with it. And so she took the skull and put it in a hat box and put it in her closet for many years. And she's like this little lady from Texas, has this wonderful little southern accent, and she was rather scared of it. And she just said, you know, for years she would have these dreams where the crystal skull would come in her dreams and talk to her and say things to her, and she just didn't want to have anything to do with that. And one day when she was walking by the skull in the closet, she actually heard a voice talking to her in her head, and it was the crystal skull, and she just got so frightened. She said, you know, skull, I don't want you talking to me anymore. She actually pushed that skull further back in her closet, and when she did that, she actually heard the skull say, my name isn't Skull, my name is Max. And that's how Max got his name. From that, she had more dreams where Max actually came in and said, you need to find the man. And the man was this wonderful crystal explorer that knew about the crystal skulls, known as Nick Nocerino. He was a foremost expert on the crystal skulls, and he owns a wonderful skull up in the Bay Area. He's no longer alive right now, but the skull is called Shannara. And he is a wonderful, wonderful skull. So one day she saw on the TV a TV show that was talking about the crystal skulls, and she said, heck, I got one of those in my closet. So she called up the TV station, told the TV station, hey, I got this crystal skull going on at my house, and they came to her house, and at first they didn't believe her, she said, and when they came and saw it, they said, oh my goodness, you really need to get in contact with this man that we know about the crystal skulls. And so she called up Nick Nocerino, and that was the man that Max said he wanted her to find. And he knew about the skulls. In fact, he was looking for this particular skull, Max, because if you look at him carefully, he has almost like a little beret on him. I don't know if you can see it in this
more
picture.
towards the back of
the back of him, and the reason is
a white cap.
Yes, it looks like a little beret, French beret. But what that is the matrix of the crystal of Max. In fact, he was actually grown from the bottom up, and what they call, he's been analyzed by Hewlett-Packard and also the British Museum, and he has actually grown this junk crystal from the bottom up, and most jewelers that have also analyzed him said there's no way that he could have been carved because there are no tool marks on him, and if they did carve him, he would shatter into a million pieces because he is grown from junk crystal. No jeweler would want to carve him. So he's an actual mystery. And from the British Museum, when they analyzed him, they actually came out and said, no comment. They said no comment to Max the Crystal Skull, and they also said no comment to Shannara, who's owned by Nick Nocerino, whose daughter and wife actually tour with him and take him out now. So that was quite interesting. They also found the crystal skull that is in London was actually not really authentic. They didn't think he was as ancient as they stated. So that was another thing they had no comment about, which I thought was very interesting. And so when Joanne found out about this, she started to take Max to private homes for sittings and also lectures. And she's been doing it for, I don't know, 25, 30 years or so. Now,
yes.
I can't remember the exact date, so don't quote me on that. But when I met her 8 or 9 years ago, he wasn't as famous as he is now. I mean, she actually consulted on the Indiana Jones movie with the crystal skulls. And Max has traveled all around the world. and he will be in Fresno and as a lecturer at the Madera Religious Science Spiritual Awareness Center in Madera on D Street. Reverend Steve who is the Reverend there, and his wife Maureen
are offering their center and wonderful hosts
are hosting it for us as far as having this wonderful space. I was looking for a space this year, as every year I look for, because last year I only had room for about 50 people, and this year at least we have room for at least 80 to 90 people. You know, people have always asked me, why don't you have the Tower Theater or the Warners or these? You know, it's really expensive. And also a lot of these churches charge anywhere from $500 or more at times just to rent their space. But Reverend Steve and his wife Maureen have graciously had it at a reasonable price, and also it helps their center grow. And in fact, when Max actually hits Fresno, and I think what he's been doing is actually working the energetic grids here on California. He actually works the templates to help this become a more centered and bringing in the galactic energy. And just stepping back, what is the mystery of this crystal skulls that we hear about? There's lots of legends. It's been talked about on the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, and there is a legend where the ancient aliens have actually left these 13 ancient mystery skulls here on planet Earth. Our planet at one time was star-seeded by other extraterrestrial civilization, and this is just information I'm passing to you, and if it resonates, go ahead and take it in. If it doesn't, then toss it out the window. Or you may just want to put it on the shelf to kind of let it, as a file, download a little bit later. But the legend was that these were major computers here on planet Earth to actually keep all the history that has been here, just like the Alexandra Library. Anyone that sits with these crystal skulls and in the ancient mystery schools with these crystal skulls actually get downloaded with information about yourself. Max is a general crystal computer that actually reflects who you are. So when my patients have sat with him in the past, they have actually had spiritual awakenings. Some have had some major healings with their health. Other people have actually had their psychic centers get back online, getting connected to their guides and angels, or had some past life regression experience sitting with Max. They have actually caught orbs in the room, and there's one wonderful picture that was taken in Florida where one man was actually sitting with Max, and above him on a photograph you can actually see the outline of a spine. And I don't know if we have that picture there. I think I sent a picture with Max the Crystal Skull with a spine.
Oh, okay, the little spiny
and
thing.
it's
That
kind
one.
of what we call ectoplasm.
Yeah,
there it is.
we go.
And you can actually see the spine coming up from his head, and the skull, the cranium. And when you actually magnify that picture, you can actually see the intervertebral discs, which are the padding in between the spine. And so that isn't a phenomenon in itself that Max has actually come across in some of these wonderful pictures and experiences that some of my patients, my patient didn't take that picture, it was taken in Florida, but have also caught when they sat with him. They've actually, some people that sat with him also don't get nothing. Because sometimes what I've gotten from the information my guides have said is that sometimes you may not have sitting with Max and he doesn't know you. And so sometimes he's getting information from you. So the second time you sit with him, you may get a little bit more information of who you are and where your journey is, and maybe get a little bit more clarity. But also what my guides say about these 12 crystal skulls, through the legend, just to finish it off, is that someday when humanity is ready, all these crystal skulls will come together in a circle, will activate planet Earth, and actually catapult it in for its new spirituality of who we are. That no longer will we be caught up on this matrix. We can step forward, get out of the box, step free to the true spiritual divine beings we are, with no longer feeling burden, guilt, anxiety, or fear, because those are lower vibrations. We are actually raising our DNA and our vibrations to actually be in hope, following our dreams, clarity, creativity, passion, desires, and through that, we help inspire others once we step forward and out of the box. And I think that's kind of what Max does when people kind of sit with him. And so we're very fortunate that he's coming to Madera on February 4th at 7:30 at the Madera Religious Science Center with Reverend Steve and Maureen, and I will be there hosting Joanne, and Joanne will be doing a 2-hour lecture. And some of you may be fortunate enough, if there is enough time, she sometimes lets you go up and touch him for a few seconds. It's one of the few skulls in the world that is out into the public, because most are behind museums or are privately owned where they don't really let you touch them. So we'll talk a little bit more about Max when we come back after we go to a commercial.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
And we're back. And we're going to continue to talk about Max, and we got the
Like I
stars.
said.
Yes, and we have the stars back here, Galactic,
Space.
because
The final frontier.
exactly. Here we are. We're on our spaceship, but
We should have worn our Star Trek shirts.
I know, really, that's true. We do have Star Trek shirts.
We are so Big Bang Theory.
I know, we are. But you know, on Halloween, I wore that outfit, my Star Trek outfit, and you know what? Not one patient
Nobody
noticed.
noticed.
Nobody noticed that I had an outfit on. I mean, that is really embarrassing because they really kind of think I'm that galactic, I guess. You know.
Well,
And even my best friend I went to lunch with said, "Oh, did you girls make your shirts? They're kind of cute." I'm like, "No, they're Star Trek shirts." you
obviously
know?
not a Trekkie.
Exactly. So going back with Max, when he actually comes to these different places where Joanne actually takes them to go sit, what she has been doing for the last 25 or 30 years, there's an ancient matrix of energy of light that's around the planet. It's like a checkerboard of light. Those light grids actually got damaged thousands of years ago, along with the pyramids and the Mayan pyramids, the Egyptian pyramids, the Ukrainian pyramids. But what has happened now, as she takes Max, this ancient crystal skull, it's one of the I think it's the 13th master crystal skull, it actually activates these grids, it repairs it, and from that, it's like this field of information called the Galactic Library. It's almost like the Alexandrian Library. It helps us in our dream time get downloaded with information about ourselves, of who we are, and that way we can become free beings of light to do the things that we love to do. And so by each time she takes them to these different places, these little grids get repaired, the holes get repaired like acupuncture points, vortexes of energy get emitted, and from that, it just creates this online occurrence. The pyramids now are online. The Ukraine, the Russian pyramids, the Mayan pyramids are all online right now. So that's why time is beginning to seem a little bit faster, and why we just feel like there's something coming. We can't quite figure what that is. It is about this new energy here on the planet, this new galactic energy. We're no longer going from polarity consciousness, or good or bad and evil, black and white polarity. We're going to unity consciousness and knowing that we're all one in the universe and not having judgment. So from that, I just want to say too that somebody brought up in the audience that Max was actually, that tribe was a Mayan tribe near Guatemala, and so it was just interesting why it was near the Mayan pyramids. So that just takes me to a story too. When I did meet Max, he did tell me, he says, "Hello, my friend. I've known you from the past, and you've done this before. You've actually brought people to me as a host for people to come and get the information that they need, or remember who they are, or to go on to their spiritual path, or that, you know, what they call that spiritual quest." And so I was just really overwhelmed when he said that, and at the time I just really didn't want to believe it, because sometimes you just think your imagination goes crazy. But when I met Judith Moore, she wrote a book on crop circles. She lives in New Mexico. I went to go visit her, and when I walked through her front door with my Native American flute, she looked at me and she said, "Oh my goodness, I think you're a reincarnated Mayan Time Lord that got reincarnated. Come back in this time. You are the 9th Mayan Time Lord that holds the gate, the east gate of the Omega." And I was thinking, wow, that sounds kind of crazy to me. And she says, "No," she goes, "I was foretold by the elders here by the Native Americans that 13 Mayan Time Lords would be coming to my home. My home, since right next to, in Chimayo, right next to this sacred church that had these ancient springs that was the same as the Lords of France, very healing waters. A few years ago, the waters kind of dried up and there's just a little sand in the well now. But she goes, those waters got shifted onto my property, and there's an ancient well and spring that goes there, and you are there to go and do ceremony, to drink from the waters, and then I'm going to send you out into the canyons there to go and get a gift. And so I did. I did ceremony with her there and one of the lodges, and from there I went to go drink from the springs, and after that I went into the canyons, and I won't share what personally happened there, but it was very fantastic in a way. And from that, also continued my journey with Max to continue to bring people together with Max and have Joanne come and visit us, which we feel very, very fortunate to have. So I hope you can join us, and I think I have only about 20 tickets left, and if you want to come and have the lecture, I can be reached at Salo, S as in Sarah, ALO, the number 2, at Comcast.net, or check out my website, Salo Sounds, that's S as in Sarah, ALOSOUNDS.com. Or, I also have my phone number on there to give me a call, and hopefully we'll get you a ticket. It's cash only, first come, first serve. You have to come to my office to get it. And so I want to also give Barb some time to talk about some things that we also found in the newspaper, because we love having fun and reading things from the paper. So I'm going to turn that over to Barb.
But also it's really kind of cool because Joanne, when you first told me about Joanne, of course you think about Joanne Parks, who owns a crystal skull, and you think she's some kind of new age mama, and you meet her and she's a Texas grandmother who will tell you exactly what she thinks. She shoots from the hip, and she is great, and
we have a lot of fun. She comes and stays with us, and even when we go to IHOP, we do bring Max with us. It's fun.
Except he eats those endless pancakes and he belches all the way home.
I know, it's terrible. Yeah, I know. It's very uncomfortable in the car. Yes, for sure.
So, Peter was talking about the words. He was defining liberal and conservative. Well, we're talking about how last year went so fast, and so I got this from the Fresno Bee on the last day of the year of 2011, 12/31/2011, and it was just the list of banned words that certain people don't want to hear anymore. So we'll see if any of you want to hear them more. So, but baby bump leads the list of banned words.
Yes.
I thinking I could live without that one. I'm not charged on it either way. But before passing comment on someone's baby bump, take a pregnant pause. Likewise, give up promoting shared sacrifice. And if you're tempted to proclaim your desire to win the future, you've lost it here in the present. Michigan's Lake Superior State University is featuring those phrases on its annual list of words banished from the Queen's English for misuse, overuse, and general uselessness. The 2012 list, released on Friday, which was back then, was compiled by the university nominations submitted from across the globe. What else do the syntactical Scrooges want to cast out with the good cheer in the new year? The list also includes occupy. Yeah, I could probably live without that one too. I'm getting a little over. And ginormous, man cave, and the new normal. All in all, a dozen words or phrases made the 37th end of the year list, and the list started as a publicity ploy by the school's public relations department on New Year's Day of 1976. And has since generated tens and thousands of nominations. Amazing received more than 1,500 nominations, the most of any on this year's list. That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go occupy my man cave.
That's ginormous.
Yeah.
That's really ginormous of you.
Yeah.
So there's one of the things we kind of talk about.
I know, we do that at the breakfast table.
Yeah.
We read the paper and just can't believe some of the things we read.
Of course, I know. And some of the stuff I like to read are especially the stupid criminal.
Oh, I know. We'll have to bring that on sometime. That's fun.
Yeah, well.
And what else you got there?
This one, this almost kind of falls under stupid criminal. It's about a lawmaker. here in the California state. Lawmaker gets a deal in her shoplifting case, and that was from January 7th in the Fresno Bee, January 7th of this month. Okay, a California legislator pleaded no contest Friday to charges she tried to shoplift $2,500 in clothes from Neiman Marcus. As part of the plea deal, a San Francisco Superior Court judge reduced the charges against Assembly member Mary Hayashi, a Democrat from Hayward, from felony grand theft to a misdemeanor. She was sentenced to 3 years probation and $180 in fines and was required to stay at least 50 feet away from the Union Square store. Hayashi's attorney, Douglas Rappaport, told reporters that the lawmaker is taking medication for a benign brain tumor and that the ailment may have been responsible for her behavior.
And she's representing us,
She is
right?
representing us. She's a lawmaker here for our state of California.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gives you, just kind of get, so.
Yeah. Okay. I just love stuff like that.
We can't be responsible for what we say. It's a gas bubble that I had from an onion at lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it and everything.
It's human behavior. You've got to laugh at it.
I love it. So, speaking of human behavior and having fun, and we like to do this during our show, is playing some music because Barb has a great voice, and I'm going to ask her to bring out her guitar. And
It just happens to be right here.
And I'm sitting on. I don't like to move because they have to have lights over there, and maybe you could put that little. Did I give you flowers?
Oh, you gave her flowers.
Well, we're going to give Barb some flowers as a background.
Aw.
And so, if you know I have, here's my cajon. I sit on it, so that way I'm the same height as Barb. But also, it's my musical instrument, so in case you hear me playing it, you know what it's about. Oh, there! I thought the flowers in the sky would be great for Barb.
That's
Isn't that
nice.
Yes.
And this is a song that we sang, yay! Makes you kind of want to, sing Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah, I know. Or if I had a hammer, we talked about that.
Yeah.
We played at Audie's
last Friday night.
and
Roger Perry released a CD. If you haven't gotten a copy of it, check him out.
It's a great CD. Roger Perry, he produced our CD. And when we always get up on stage, people get a little bored because we look really nerdy.
Yeah, you think we're going to be singing, how many roads must a man walk down? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they were expecting. But instead, we played this.
We played this. This was our first song. Soon and very soon, we are gonna see the King. Soon and very soon, we are gonna see the King. Soon and very soon, we are gonna see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are gonna see the King. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear. Cool.
Yes. See you soon.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
The hills are alive with the sound of music. Oh.
And we're back. I know, we couldn't help it with that background. It just reminded us of it. Isn't that great? I just love it and everything, for sure.
Plus, I have this great chair I can spin around.
Yeah, it's great. We have a few minutes, but you know what? Nobody used that viewer box. You know, you can interact with us live if you're doing Central Valley Talk. TV.com on the internet right now. And I'll tell you what, I'm a reader, I'm a spiritual reader, I do numerology. If anybody types in right now, I will just give me your birth date, your full birth date, and I will read for you what the energies are for 2012 for you. And we'll see if anybody wants to type in on the box right now, and I'll do like a quick little reading. And we'll do that. That'll give you a little sample of our next show. Hopefully we'll do a little bit of reading like that for you. I do spiritual readings also on the phone on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it's 30 minutes, and it's great, and I record it, and we go over what your life purpose is, what your numbers are for the year. It's lots of fun. We can give you a little bit of guidance of what you came to work on and what you came to leave behind. So that's great. Also, we won't have Spiritual Potpourri on February 4th because we're having Max, and we have to prepare for that. So I just wanted to let our viewers out there know about that also. So I don't see anybody typing in.
Typing in, come on. I am typing in.
You know, if
okay,
not,
I'll talk a little bit. It gives you a little bit of time
okay.
to type in.
Barb wants to talk about her Watkins.
Okay, I always promised I would never sell anything unless I really believed in it. And this is stuff I believe in. It's called Watkins. Watkins products. It's been around for a long time. Oh, it says since 1868. Okay, I haven't been selling it since then, but
I thought you were.
You know, it seems like it. But I just started actually in October, and I sell Watkins. They're all natural products. They're all old-timey products. They have lotions. They have like awesome vanilla. They have organic stuff.
I do like their soap.
Their
We use their soap at our office, which is great.
We use the soap at the office. I use the peppermint foot scrub on my clients. I love the show. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you.
So, hey, what's your birthday? We could do a reading on you.
Yeah, Carlos, give us your
birthday. Give us your full birthday. I'll tell you what the energies will be for the year
That's
2012.
Right. But with Watkins, they have all kinds of cooking products, cleaning products, lotions. So.
Oh, 1/23/1959.
Okay, let me finish.
Okay.
Okay, hang on, Carlos. Promise. I'll be taking a Watkins order January 24th, 2012. Contact me at www.barbhcmt. And also this Saturday from 9 to 12, I will be on kvpr.org, also KVPR FM 89, and for the membership campaign. So Valley Public Radio for Central California. This is KVPR Fresno, KPRX Bakersfield.
Okay.
Yep, so listen to me this Saturday.
Yeah, and Barb has a great voice, and she does really great segues on the radio and stuff. And so Carlos's birthday was 1/23/1959. I can tell you that in numerology, that is 6 and 5, 6. That means that 6, 6, 12. You're 3 in numerology, which means that it's important for you to have communication. That's what you came to learn on in this lifetime is communication. You do really well with writing that book that you always wanted to do. Radio, television, social activities, network, computers, writing blogs on the computers, anything that has to do with the internet or anything with the social media or getting the word out. And it's also about the word of joy of living. So it's about having fun. And those numbers that we're given in this lifetime is sometimes kind of hard for us to work on. So sometimes you might be a workaholic, but it's about having fun and enjoying and being kind of worldly with that. You're born on a 5-day because we add up the 2 and the 3. That means you like freedom, fun, and adventure, like to drive around. You don't like to get bored, and so you got to get in the car and get out and travel. Your personal year this year is, let's see, that's 5, 1 is 6, and the year is 11. Is a 2-year. It's about partnership. You may meet that wonderful partner this year or the divine love of your life, but it's also about having cooperation and balance with others and also getting your psychic abilities online. So you may go to some workshops or have some interest in spirituality and kind of getting in contact with maybe higher sources in the universe. Also, it's a year that you might also be a little bit extra sensitive with your feelings, so don't worry about that. It's okay. And in fact, if we're going, don't worry about that, I'm going to see if you can bring up that little Buddhist rule of don't worry about that. Because that's one of our mottos here in the universe. It's if you have a problem, the Buddhists always like using this rule. If you have a problem, you know, and you don't know what the answer is, you know, don't worry about it. What else does it say there?
If you have a problem in your life, no? Well, then don't worry. Do you have a problem in your life? Yes. Can you do something about it? No? Then don't worry. Do you have a problem in your life? Yes. Can you do something about it? Yes. Then don't worry
about it. I just love that rule. Isn't that a great thing to have in your life? And then life wouldn't be so stressful. It's about having fun. And so for you, being a 3, it's about having fun and the joy of living. And so that's just a little sample of what I'll be doing for the next show, maybe doing a little bit of readings and finding out what your energies will be for the year. And we should have that sometime in February. And we'll also be talking about how our visit with Max the Crystal Skull went and everything. So don't forget about my sound therapy healing workshop. It'll be on January 21st at my office in the Tower, 410 West Olive Avenue, Suite 101. And it'll be from 9:30 to 1. The cost is also on my website, salosounds.com. I don't want to say how much it is, but it's still reasonable. It's
Yes,
kind of
check
cool.
it out.
It's kind of cool. And then
Yeah. Watkins orders, taking Watkins orders on January 24th, 2012. Also Reiki 1 class on Saturday, February 18th from 9:30 to 2. And a Reiki 2 class on Saturday, March 24th from 9:30 to 2. Check out my website, www.barbhcmt.com, for more information on those.
which is great.
Yeah.
I also wanna, we just really enjoyed everybody tuning in. Nobody else want a birthday real quick before we go? Just type it in the box and I can do a quick little read on that too. It'd be kind of fun. And I'll probably give a little shout out again to my parents if they're watching today and tell you hi and that we're sending divine love your way and 1,000 angels your way. Oh, here's somebody here. I don't have their name, but it's 9/1/1989. 9, 10. Oh, you like to be the very best at what you're doing. You're also a Virgo, so that's really, you're very particular. You're here to learn a step-by-step occurrence in life and attention to details. Healthcare field may be important to you. Your personal year this year is, which is interesting, we add up the world number of 2012 to your attitude number, which I'm reading right now is a 1. That means it's a 6. This is a year of divine love, family, community, pets, and animals. It also might be a year where you might get a new pet and have more involvement within the community, and things really go your way and bring you out into the public. But here's the thing, don't do self-sabotage with yourself and don't feel like you deserve to have it. You do. The other thing about your attitude being a 1, you like to be the very best at what you do. You're here to be a leader. And don't also be that inner critic of being really hard on yourself if things aren't perfect. It's about just getting that idea, going out there and just do it. So this year is it's a great number for you. I love it.
Cool.
So that's kind of cool. I love that.
I love that.
All right. Did we go over everything today? Get everybody. We got Max the Crystal Skull.
We're on Facebook. You can like us.
Yes, like us on Facebook. Buy our CD, BS in Fresno. Check out my website, Salo Sounds, and Barb's website.
And ketowellness.com on Facebook.
And we want to thank all our patients and everybody that's watching, and also Mike Briggs and his crew down here for taking good care of us.
Yes,
we appreciate
you're
that.
awesome.
And hopefully
Thank you.
we'll see you next month. And great. And namaste.